Green Line extension supporters are breathing a little easier this week. On May 9th, the Interim project team, led by former Big Dig engineer Jack Wright, presented its scaled-down version of the over-budget project. The team spent the last 4 months trying to find $1 billion in savings. They didn't make it all the way, but they got close enough for the Massachusetts Department of Transportation and the MBTA Fiscal and Management Control Board to give the revised project a guarded green light. Our news director, Heather Avison, reports.
It was standing room only in the Mass Department of Transportation's largest conference room as the DOT Board and the MBTA Fiscal and Management Control Board met on May 9th. The meeting began with city and state officials, as well as more than 50 residents expressing their continued support for the project. Then it was up to Interim Project Director Jack Wright to present the final numbers for the scaled-down project.
The key to the redesign, obviously, was to reduce the cost, bring it back as close as possible to the original full funding grant agreement. In doing that, it's extremely important that we did not violate any of the benefits that were generated by the project that caused the project to win the full funding grant agreement. The redesign project also had to focus on only streamlined elements, only those basic elements required to deliver the service in order to get the number down to as low as we possibly could. We also focused very much on reducing the risks going forward, the complexities, the uncertainties, as little, I guess, below grade work as possible. Try to minimize the things that open up to potential growth as the project moves forward. And also, very importantly, because the external parties have been asked and have indicated that they are going to support the project, are willing to support the project, that the project only contain elements that service this, so that the parts of the project cannot serve the greater system. They're really designed to serve the Green Line extension itself. We then incorporated those costs that were already completed. There are some things already done. There are some things that were already procured. They're under contract, that sort of thing. We added those things in. And I guess we should have had the drum roll here. This is actually the first look at the number. So the bottom number outlined in red, the 2.2886 is what we total to it. It's broken down here by the value of the design build consortiums, the estimate for what their bid would be, and then those other components, real estate, vehicles, professional services, and unallocated contingency, which is extremely important, of course, again, for building the confidence level.
Members of both boards raised concerns about the impact the project could have on daily ridership.
But for me, the question at the end of the day comes down to, can we deliver this project and simultaneously improve the day-to-day experience of our million current rides? If we can do both, we should do both. But if we can't, we need to be really honest with ourselves.
I feel that we should vote to move forward on the project.
Contingent.
It's going to be contingent upon FTA approval. It's going to be contingent upon
Risk assessment.
if we had an abundance of cash, we still don't have the staff. That's a challenge we have to figure out how to overcome. But I don't think now is the time for a half measure. I think we should move forward.
So what you're saying is, back to me again, back to me over here. I want to call for a vote. It's contingent upon FDA and risk assessment. I think the management piece, we got to do a good job. We got to make sure we get the proper management folks in. We know that. We know that was a failure the last time. But quite honestly, it's, we're just delaying the inevitable here. Let's get it done. Let's put some contingents on it and send it to a vote.
When it came to a vote, it was unanimous.
FMCB members all in favor of the vote and the resolution for advancing the project? Aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
That's one board. All right, then I call the question. MassDOT board in support of the motion.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you, members of both boards.
The yes vote contains necessary conditions. Secretary Pollock made it clear. This was the best outcome they could have hoped for today.
The ball is in the Federal Transit Administration's court. They have to sign off on this in order to release the $996 million in federal money that would be necessary in order to do the procurement that was recommended, which is one single large construction contract, which at this point, there's not enough remaining state funding to do without the federal
What
funding.
makes you think they'll approve a much smaller project than the one they approved in the first place?
The project was redesigned to maintain its functionality and benefits. That's how the federal government sees the Green Line extension. It's about how many people will it carry and how much service will it provide. The project management team was very careful not to change the service it will provide or the number of people it would carry, and that's why there seemed to be optimism today that it's certainly approvable by the Federal Transit Administration. Obviously, they will be asking for a lot more information before they approve it.
The DOT is already in discussions with the Federal Transit Administration to begin the review process. Meanwhile, the MBTA and Mass DOT are recruiting a leadership team and looking for additional sources to close the $73 million funding gap.